Welcome back to Living Creative with Pixie Princess. Today I am going to show you how to make a quick and easy crocheted rose. If you can make a chain, double crochet, make a slip stitch, half double crochet, and single crochet, you can make this rose. So if you want to learn how to make this, stay tuned. So what you'll need to make this rose is your yarn. Now I'm going to be using a medium weight 4, and I'm going to be using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Of course, you will need some scissors and a darning needle to tie it all together. So it's really simple. So to begin, you just make your slip knot, and I am left-handed. If you are right-handed, I apologize. But maybe the left-handers can learn something from me. All right, so we're going to chain 26 to begin. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So continue until you get to 26. If you'd like to pause the video and meet me back, you can, but I'm just going to speed it up and you can enjoy the music. Alright, 26. So I've made my chain of 26. I've turned my work. So now you're just going to make single crochets all the way down the chain. You're going to make a total of 25 because you're going to skip this first chain. So to single crochet, insert into the second chain from your hook. Pull up a loop from your working yarn. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. That's 1. Go into the next one. That's 2. That's 3. So continue until you've made 25 single crochets all the way down to the end. You can either pause the video or listen to the music. Almost at the end. This last one right here. Okay, and that completes the base that we're going to put our petals on. So now you can turn your work. So now we're going to start by making 5 large petals, and we do that with a double crochets. So you're going to skip this first stitch right here, and then you're going to yarn over, insert into the second stitch from the hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. That's your first one. We're going to do 4 more for a total of 5 double crochets in that same stitch. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Again, that was 2. This is the third one. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 2 more into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That was 4. 1 more into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. You have your first petal. So in this next stitch, you're just going to slip stitch. And a slip stitch is you insert the hook, you pull up a loop, and pull it all the way through. That's your first large petal. You're going to need a total of 5 large petals. Okay, so after you slip stitch, in the next one, you're going to repeat that same pattern. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that for a total of 5 times. And just continue this. If you need to rewind and watch it, you can do that. But you're going to need a total of 5 petals. So you do 5 double crochets in the same stitch. So that was 3. This is 4. And the last one. And then slip stitch into the next one. So you can pause the video while you make your next 3, or you can listen to the music while I make mine. Okay, I'm finishing out my last big petal. So I have 1 more double crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the next one. Okay, now you should have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large petals made with 5 double crochets. Now we want 4 medium size, and to do that you're going to do a half double crochet. This is probably one of my favorite stitches. So I've already done my slip stitch. So in this next one, to half double crochet, you yarn over, you insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So you're going to do that a total of 5 times in that same stitch. That was 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you slip stitch. Okay, so that was a medium-sized petal. We need 3 more. So I've already slip stitched, so yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, insert in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 3, that's 2, yarn over, insert, pull through all 3, that's 3, yarn over, insert, pull up or loop, that's 4, yarn over, insert, and pull through 3. That's 5. Yeah, that's 5 there. And then slip stitch. Okay, so we need to do that pattern 2 more times. So pause the video if you need to, or just listen to the music while I finish my 2 medium petals. Okay, so that's my 4 medium petals. Now we're going to make 3 small petals, and that's done with single crochets. So I've already made my slip stitch here. So you're going into the next one. Do not yarn over. You just simply insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. Do that again in that same stitch. Single crochet, that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. Single crochet. Slip stitch into the next stitch. And then you need to repeat that 2 more times. So in the next one, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. That's 1. Oh, don't yarn over, sorry. That was 1 single crochet. Here's your second one. Third one. Fourth one. And the 5th one. And then slip stitch into the next one. And then we want to make 1 more. And we insert, pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, somewhere along the line I missed a stitch because you are supposed to do another slip stitch, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. But you do want a long tail after you do your last slip stitch, about, I don't know, just a little bit, so you can create your flower here. So cut that off. You're going to yarn over and pull all the way through and tighten it up. Okay, you're through with your hook. So now you have this little crunchy little line of crochet, squiggly crochet. What are we going to do? Okay, so let's weave in this tail here and get it out of the way. Okay, so just kind of weave it in one direction. Weave it back. When I weave in, I like to do at least 3 passes so I know that it's nice and secure. Okay, and then we're going to snip off the extra yarn here. Get that tail out of the way. So now we've got to assemble our flower. So you got your tail here. So you're going to take the small petals and you're just going to have to kind of create it, curl it up. So let's thread this on our needle. Okay, I'm left-handed, but I tend to sew right-handed for some reason. Alright, so okay, so we're going to sew this in. See if I can show you what we're doing here. I'm just going to sew it through to get it started. Oh, I'm getting twisted here. There. Alright. So now we're just going to sew into that baseline where we started. And then assemble the other petals. Okay, and then assemble the big petals. Make sure you go all the way around. And kind of straighten it out as you go and make sure it's assembled the way you want it to be before you get it too tight here. Okay. Make sure it's good and secure the way you like it and it looks the way you want it to look. And then we're just going to weave this in a bit. So in. And then we're going to cut that off. And then you have your rose. You can use this to embellish things like I did on this little slipper that I made. You can use it for scarves or whatever you want. It's really simple, really easy, and it's really pretty and fun to make. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with your friends. And I will see you on the next one. God bless.